What's up, guys? My name's Chase Turner, and I'm here giving you guys a disclaimer about the first episode of Not Your Granddad's Barbershop. So about a month ago, me and Josh got together and decided, hey, let's start a podcast, and we recorded the first episode of Not Your Granddad's. While editing the video, I realized that the microphones cut out about a third of the way through and the camera audio picked up. And just felt like that wasn't the quality we were going for with the podcast. So we set aside some time, got back together, and re-recorded for the first time. And midway through, we realized we left the music on at the barbershop. So that's a no-go. So, all right, let's re-record again. So we recorded the first episode for the third time. And we made it through, no issues, figured out our lighting, figured out how much to look at the camera, we figured out our equipment. Everything was perfect, except for the fact that it just didn't feel real. It didn't feel like the original conversation that we had back to back. It didn't feel organic. It felt like we were just trying to hit points that we had talked about previously and just said, hey, screw it. We're gonna release the first episode we recorded with all of its issues for one of two reasons. One, it felt real. And two, it's gonna allow us to see how far we've come maybe a year or two from now. So here's the first episode of Not Your Granddad's Barbershop. We really appreciate your support, and we hope you enjoy. Want to go for it?
Yeah.
So remember, talk to each other. You up high or low?
I'm all the way down.
Okay.
My knees are kind of
When
low.
we're talking to each other, we look at each other. When we're talking to them, we look at the camera. Okay. Oh, shit. Probably need to hit record on that, too. So.
Yes, that does help.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
What's up, guys? My name's Chase Turner,
And I'm Josh Ray,
and we're barbers over here at Dogtown Barber Lounge
located in the Argenta Arts District.
in North Little Rock, Arkansas. Welcome to
Not Your Granddad's Barbershop. Bam, 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 bam. Episode 1, take 2.
Episode 1, take 2. Yeah, we second time doing this one. Got a little.
Did have some technical difficulties, but we continue on.
We continue on. So
The music with my dad, so that's kind of cool. I get to share that with them.
hold up. We have music playing.
Oh, we do have music playing.
That means we got to stop.
Copyright. Fuck.
That's fine.
Take 3.
Yeah. What's up, guys? My name's Chase Turner,
And I'm Josh Ray,
and we're barbers over here at Dogtown Barber Lounge
located in the Argenta Arts District.
in North Little Rock, Arkansas. Welcome to
Not Your Granddad's Barbershop. Son of a gun, dude.
All right,
That's
so
hilarious.
take 3. Take 3.
Oh,
so
man.
you won't see take 2 or take 1. The first take, I'll just say this fast because we've wasted our own time at this point. So about 3-4 weeks ago, we recorded the first episode of this and had a great time. It felt like it went perfect. Do you feel like it went well?
I feel like it went great.
It went really good. We laughed, and they were real laughs. We didn't like force anything. But midway through, our microphone stopped recording. So you basically had a video with no audio.
Super tight.
So that doesn't do us any good. And so we go, hey, let's get together and restart.
Yep.
Well, since then,
I've had COVID. Luka Doncic got traded. We got snowed in.
there was a lot of things. And so we kept saying, hey, let's redo this. Let's redo this. And every time something came up. So today we said, all right, cool, let's start. And we got about 10 minutes in, and I realized we did not turn off the music in the barbershop. So there's just music blaring in the background. And
That's
so
hilarious.
now we are going to record
Episode 1 for the third time.
episode 1.3.
That's awesome.
And this time, if we mess up, I don't care. We're just gonna keep. We're just gonna keep rocking
They're just
with
gonna
it.
have to see the
You're gonna
authentic fuck
see
ups that are us.
Everything that's wrong. So it is what it is.
Episode 1, brother.
What's up, Josh? You doing pretty good today?
Chilling, man. How about you, dude?
It's been a long day, long busy day. But
Very
I'm
long day.
stoked. I'm stoked because we're here recording the first episode of Not Your Granddad's.
Yes.
I'm excited about that. So let's do this now.
Man. All right.
Cool.
That's
so
crazy.
I guess first and foremost, what we need to do is we need to tell you guys and the listeners exactly what Not Your Granddad's Barbershop is. Essentially, it's a podcast designed to replicate the feel of a barbershop. When you come in, you have a good time, authentic and organic, and just that atmosphere, while also bringing on our friends and bringing on business owners and having the insight of a person who's not a barber on what we're talking about, but also having us have some conversations around the community and around what they're doing.
Yep, for sure. I would like to start off just by talking about why the barbershop is a pillar in the community and why it has been since the beginning of barbershops. One of the number one reasons is
Me.
It is you, for sure, 100%, is just because the barbershop is supposed to be almost a place where members of the community can come and talk about community things. They can make community connections, which is one thing that we are wanting to do with this podcast is make connections with our community, with our state. Barbershop's also supposed to be a safe space for people. It's just supposed to be a place where men can come and sit and chat and talk about everything, which is what we're going to do here.
Well, I think that's a kind of a good way to start it because I think you kind of touched on the fact that the barbershop is a pillar within the community. Mm-hmm. And I think that one thing that I personally am trying to do is that as a barbershop, I'm trying to connect our clients and listeners and things like that with other pillars of the community because there are a lot of them out there. And so I think the whole point of Not Your Granddad's was to, one, we can come in and just bullshit, have a good time.
Exactly.
And talk about the things that have happened in our life, in the barbershop, outside, but also a way for us to connect with other professionals and creatives and entrepreneurs in the area.
Yep.
And I think that there's a service that the barbershop has where we owe it to the community to be a part of that. And
exactly.
So I think that's a big thing is that like introducing our clients and listeners to
each other. It is literally one of the reasons why the barbershop is a pillar of the community. It is community connection. And that's one of the main reasons we are starting this.
But I think another cool thing too is that like if we're able to bring other entrepreneurs, other business owners, and even like your creatives that might not necessarily be businesses, but people out there doing art, people out there making clothes, shoes, or whatever it may be, scarves. I don't know, whatever wants to come in here. But I think that like we live in a time where it's like there's so much information all at once, and sometimes it's very hard to digest.
Yeah.
And when you say, "Hey, I want to open a coffee shop," where do I start? And you look it up, and you're like, "Well, damn, there's a lot of information."
A million answers, man.
Where do I
all
start?
Different. Yeah.
Well, cool. Why don't we bring somebody on that does that?
Why
don't we bring somebody on that does art? Why don't we bring somebody on that does tattoos? Somebody that is a chef, somebody that owns any business that can give us an insight that you might not be able to get in the chair from me, who knows nothing.
Right, for sure. Even if we know a little bit, we don't know as much. Like we're covered in tattoos. Do we know a decent amount about tattoos? I know about getting tattooed.
I know
if you want
sucks.
Yeah, exactly.
I hate getting tattooed.
If you want a certain style tattoo, I know where to send you. But if you're wanting to get into tattooing, I'm going to tell you to go talk to a tattoo artist. Or we can start a podcast, invite tattoo artists on to let you guys know about it.
Oh yeah, no, I think that's a great idea. And I think that's the whole purpose. I mean, I've literally wanted to do something like this since I started barbering. And I think that 2025 was just a year where I was like, everything I said I was going to do, I'm going to do it.
We're doing it.
So we went out and we bought some equipment and we have no idea what we're doing, but we're doing it. And I hope people like it.
We're doing it.
I mean, is there really anything else that you add in terms of like why we decided to do the podcast?
I mean, I feel like I don't want to say a need because I don't nobody need anything really, but I feel like there genuinely is almost a need in the podcast realm for something like this. We're going to be getting out of our comfort zone sometimes. We're not always going to be talking to people that we agree on every aspect with. Sometimes we might have conversations that go a little bit deep, but they're okay conversations to have. And they're conversations that sometimes need to happen. And they're oftentimes conversations that do take place in a barbershop. So,
well, because I think ultimately with this is like we're not trying to necessarily touch on any particular topic.
Yeah, no.
But we're also not trying to steer away from any topic.
Comes up.
The whole point is that like every time clients come in, they talk about how much they love the barbershop. It's the atmosphere. It's
exactly
the creativity. It's everything that they get. And so when they come in, and this might be the most peaceful
30 minutes of a client's life for the
Right.
next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, month, however long it takes for them to come back in.
Mm-hmm.
But I always hear people talk about how the atmosphere of a barbershop feels phenomenal. And so for me, it was like, how can we do that in a podcast? How can we take that client that got to chill and relax for 30, 40 minutes and give him just a little bit of more of that outside of that? But I think that overall, I'm very excited. I think that, like you said, we're going to touch on a lot of stuff. We're going to talk to people we absolutely love. We're going to talk to people we don't know. It's just about, again, it's not about building community with the people we know. It's about building community with everybody.
It's about extending the community that we have.
Exactly. And I think also just learning and growing and changing perspectives. And
Yeah, that is one of the greatest parts about being a human is being able to learn, and also being able to, a lot of times being able to change your perspective is something a lot of people feel like overlook. They always just kind of want to keep the same perspective, and talking to other people, being able to change your perspective on things is actually important to growth.
Yeah, and I think everybody can grow except for me.
Oh, yeah,
I think
true.
overall,
You're perfect, dude.
I think overall I'm relatively perfect, but I think that if I can help people be more perfect, I'm down for it.
I stopped growing a long time ago.
So, I mean, I guess before we get into like the what exactly we're trying to do and getting into everything, why don't we do some introductions? Why don't we let the people know who we are?
All right, bet. I'll go first. So, as I already said, I'm Josh Ray. I grew up in a small little quaint town called Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Born and raised there. Stayed there for 22 years. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. That place smelled good. No, I'm kidding. That place, it smells kind of bad. I did spend a lot of my life down there. Learned a lot down there. Honestly, I would go back. Maybe. But yeah, so that's where I grew up, went to school, all that stuff. I have done a lot of different jobs, even before barbering. I was in the medical field for quite some time. I was a cardiac tech, so I was dealing with people's hearts and stuff. I was a neurotech. I did EEGs, brainwave testing and things. Worked in the ER down in Pine Bluff. That was crazy. I won't lie to you. I saw some wild stuff down there. I've done school photography. So I've done a lot of like
I will
odd
interject.
jobs.
Like throughout all of these things that you were doing, though,
Yeah.
I can't remember a time that I was not cutting your hair that you did not want to be a barber. So I've been cutting your hair roughly for 9 years now, give or take.
Yeah, a long time.
And like I remember, like from the first conversation to where you even went to barber school, that you had always kind of been like,
dude,
I'm attracted to that field. What do I need to do to get in? And I told you multiple times, just do it, just do it, just do it. You finally did it.
It was
Now I'm
something
stuck
I
with you.
thought about for honestly, from the time I was a teenager. But we can talk about that later because that's where I am now. But let's see. Oh yeah, I've done a lot of odd and end jobs. I've got 3 wonderful kids, 2 boys, 1 girl.
She made you soft.
Dude, they stress me out so bad. Yeah, no, my daughter made me super soft, but I wouldn't trade it for anything. For the longest time, I did not want a girl, and it was because I knew she was gonna have me wrapped around her freaking finger, dude. And before she was even born, I was already wrapped around her finger.
Oh, yeah.
She wasn't even actually in existence yet, and I was already freaking done, son. But I love hanging out with them, going to the park with them. All my kids love like painting and doing like art and stuff, and I've always been down for like the arts. I've always supported that, so I love doing that type of stuff with them. Some of my other hobbies, I play video games way too much. I'll admit that. It's fine. Don't ask how many hours I have on Call of Duty. It's too many.
Are you the best one in the shop?
I'm the best one in the barbershop.
You're the best one in the barbershop? Will you
Drake,
stand on that?
1v1 me, Drake.
Will you stand on it?
1v1 me. I will stand on it. I'm not like... I will say this. The first time that I played with Drake, who, yes, probably is the best one in the barbershop at COD. First time I played with him, I was dog water. I was terrible. I thought I was good. I wasn't. Compared to now, I'm actually pretty good. So that's cool. I do play with one of the other barbers, Drake, almost nightly for like a couple hours. We have a good time. Play some other video games, but it's mostly Call of Duty. Nobody else wants to play stuff fun. I love basketball. Basketball is my favorite sport. I like the way they dribble up and down the court, boy. You know what I'm saying? Go Nuggets. Denver Nuggets fan since Jokic was trash, and I thought that we needed to trade him because he couldn't run up and down the court, and now he's a 3-time, about to be 4-time MVP. So I was there before All the bandwagoners always have been.
I thought you became a fan after they won that championship a couple years ago.
I have a Allen Iverson photo of him in a Denver Nuggets uniform, and it is signed by Allen Iverson. That's how far back I go. But yeah, man, that is. Is there anything else I want to include? I like getting tattooed. I love going to shows. Music is tight. Music is like a very big part of my life. I'm not as like involved, I guess, as I used to be. I'm gonna start trying to get back more involved. Just been so busy and honestly been anxious as hell all the time. But been working on that with myself.
You stay anxious.
Stay anxious, but I love supporting not only just like local music, but local businesses, the community as a whole. If there's somebody that I think is a dope person, I'm probably going to go out of my way to give them money on a regular basis, even when I shouldn't. So
no, you straight up, you stand on stuff.
yeah, don't start businesses because I'll go broke.
No, you're
I'm
the
kidding,
type
start
of dude
more.
that'd be like, oh, this food is good.
Bro,
I'm going to eat there 5 times a week.
yeah,
I've seen
that's
it.
not even an exaggeration. Yeah, I will eat somewhere. Wing Express over on Cross Street. I ain't gonna lie, them wings is fire, and they got fried pickles
Bro,
and
you
hoses
eat there
fire
like
too.
2-3 times a week.
Yeah, they're so good. I ate there last night. I think that's enough about me. What about you, my man? Introduce us to Chase.
Man, so my name is Chase Turner. I have been a barber, I guess, 8-9 years now. I guess you kind of start losing track. I know I've been at Dogtown for 5.
Yeah.
And then I was in no man's land for like 6 months. And then I was in another barbershop for 3 odd years. So, I mean, been
Where you
barbering
started cutting my hair.
I have been barbering for about 8-9 years. Absolutely love it. I don't think I could ever do another job. I definitely could never have an HR department across the board. I would last
We would get fired
and
probably sent to
a
jail.
day,
Yeah.
if that.
They would take us out in cuffs for sure.
But no, my name's Chase. I live in Benton, Arkansas. I am a father of 2 beautiful girls, and I have a very, very attractive wife. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty
Michelle cool.
She's all
She
right.
listens to trap music though.
Dude, she puts on music and you
She's
feel
a
like you're about to
gangster,
fight.
dude. I
You were
swear
at the
to
house.
God.
You were at the house and she turned on music and you're like, we're about to fight somebody.
I
Which
literally
neighbor do
turned-
you not like?
Yeah, I turned to Chase and was like, "Hey, I think your wife is wanting all of us to brawl right now, just based on what she turned on. It wasn't Nuck If You Buck, but it was another like just 2000s fight song. I don't remember which one it was, but it
It
had us
might have
wanting
been
to go.
Nuck If You Buck.
Nuck If You Buck was on the playlist. The whole I
was a little
I scrolled the playlist.
It
and
was
I'm
a little
just like,
scrappy.
It was a little scrappy. I thought it was the music that I thought it was my playlist from 2009. That's all I'll say.
But no, so I mean, in terms of hobbies, I mean, I think I have too many hobbies, like way too many hobbies. Such as, I mean, we're starting a podcast for one, and I don't think I have enough time in my life to even start a podcast. But why not? Just do it. We're just gonna do it. Man, I am. I play music. Spend a lot of time playing music. I play in 2 bands. I play bass in a band called Terminal Nation. It has been the better part of like 10 years of my life. It has literally been, I have been playing music with that band as long as I've been a barber.
I've been watching that band the whole time. It has been a long time.
It's been a very long
Just
time.
to
It's
think
brought
about,
me to a lot of states. It's brought me out of the country. I absolutely
Yeah.
love it.
wild.
It's very fun.
Out of the country?
Yeah, we went to Toronto.
Dang, you play Canada?
Yeah,
Some would say they're
Same
not
con-
local no
hey.
more or something.
same continent, different country.
Was there supposed to be another continent at some point in time?
Yeah, we almost went to Japan, and then this little thing. I mean, it wasn't huge. It just like the small thing really got in the way. It's called COVID.
That was kind of small. That
Hey,
wasn't
dude,
very
it-
impactful.
It fucked a lot of stuff up. Well, I'm
Fucked
just
up,
gonna
dude.
be
We're
honest.
still
I'll just come
recovering.
out and say it.
We're
That
still
messed up a
recovering.
lot of stuff for a lot of people, but we're rocking.
We're rocking
Dude,
with
like
it.
the barbershop literally opened. So we opened July of 19. And dude, we were like rocking and rolling, right, dude?
Really
we had
were.
just won best barbershop in the state.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, dude, we got this.
4 years in a row, by the way.
And then COVID happened. We were like, oh, hell yeah, we're rocking, dude. We're busy.
Yo,
Best barbershop in the state. And then they shut us
shut
down.
the fuck down.
But it is what it is. Back to me, because that's more important. So, like I said, I play bass, backup vocals in a band called Terminal Nation. I also do vocals in a band called First to Burn. It's kind of just kind of like a brainchild of mine and the guitar player Tommy Rumson, which is literally one of my best friends. I will probably have to bring him on it. I'll probably have to bring him on at some point. But it's just something that we want to create. So I do vocals in that. That's also a ton of fun. Josh, do you like that one as well? You said you liked the Terminal Nation.
Do I like First to Burn? Am I? Yeah, I do. I was trying to think of something clever, but I just say I do. It's like one of my favorite bands. I'm not gonna lie though. Dalton's new band, I was not expecting to like it as much as I did.
Dalton's also another barber here for anybody that does not know. Over time,
Y'all will meet most of these
you will
people
meet
more
these
than likely.
people over time.
But we talk about everybody who's in our lives.
But we
Bro,
talk about
Penalty is
everybody
sick.
as if you guys know who they are. And so we're going to do that a lot, and I apologize. But it's like one of those things where it's like you learn about somebody, and then you meet them later on. It's like, oh, that callback. Dalton was the dude that they were talking about then.
Yeah.
Tommy was the guy then. He was the guy then. So that's
Dalton
gonna
is
be,
also in Terminal Nation. He's a guitar player in Terminal
guitar
Nation. So
player.
it's relative. And a barber here. But yeah. No, First to Burn is freaking fire. Go listen to Man It, because that song is actually how I feel 97% of the time that I'm awake.
So play music. That's one hobby. Honestly, to me, like my career
Is a hobby.
is kind of a hobby.
honestly.
Like, dude, I cut hair
for a
for
fucking
a
living. Holy
like
hell.
it's insane. Like I literally come in and I get to piss my best friends off all day, and I get to hang
True.
out with clients. And like like I said, 9 years in. If I don't want to cut your hair, I'm not cutting your hair. So it's like everybody that sits in my chair is like, okay, cool, let's bring it on. We're about to have a good ass time. And so it's like, to me, like, although physically I feel like shit at the end of the day,
But most people hate their job so much that they can't wait to leave. We're still in the barbershop right now recording this podcast because we love it here so much.
so I mean, that's the thing, is that I genuinely feel like barbering, although it is a career,
yeah, for sure.
probably the best career in the world. I can't think of one better. I've done other jobs. I don't like those jobs.
True.
But like I love barbering. Like I've been doing this, and when I wake up in the morning, like I am just as excited to come to work as I was the day I started. Now you wake up and it's like you're excited, like, dude, you're like flipping a double-sided coin, and you're like, all right, if it lands on tails, I'm gonna be happy today. And you flip it, and it's like a double-sided head coin. And so it's never gonna land on tails. You're just like, okay, cool.
Sometimes it's just hard to tell
right.
when I'm happy.
It's time to go to work. I'm gonna ruin these dudes' days.
I don't ruin
No, you
nobody's
don't ruin
day
nobody's
that
day.
bad.
You
Only
were,
a little
dude.
bit.
If anything, it's like the first 30 minutes. And then after that, you're done. Like you've had your morning nap, you're chilling, you've had 3 energy drinks, you're ready to rock.
Other barbers that are here during the first and 30 minutes, I love y'all too. Sometimes you're loud though, okay? I love y'all though.
But so I mean, like realistically, I just like hobby. Like it's my career, but I do view it as a hobby because again, it allows me a lifestyle that lets me do all of my other hobbies, which I think is very, very cool. Yeah, that's kind of like bother me. I don't like I know I'm getting picked up. I can literally see my voice on there. Like sometimes I'm being too loud, but like if it's not angled at me, I feel like they can't hear me.
I got tired of
And you
leaning
want to
over.
hear me.
Yeah, everybody wants to hear you.
Everyone wants to hear
What
me.
you have to say is crucial to everybody.
Let's see. What else do I do? I dabble
I
in
love that word.
magic. I do card magic.
Man.
And it might be one of those things that, like, at some point you might see this on the podcast.
Yeah, I have to show
You might see me do something.
Freak
and then,
me the
dude,
fuck out.
Dude, people are going to be like, oh my God, that's dude, David Blaine.
Yeah,
is on
yes.
the podcast.
When y'all listen, speaking of David Blaine, that's how I react. You saw David Blaine showing magic tricks to like the Lakers and like the NFL players. How LeBron and Dwight Howard reacted to David Blaine is how I be reacting to Chase sometimes. You're too good at some of that stuff. It doesn't make sense. I don't like it. It
I don't
makes me
think it's
feel
some
uncomfortable.
stuff. It's just stuff.
It's
I'm just
just
good at
stuff.
stuff.
Makes
I
me
don't want to
uncomfortable.
like say like some stuff because then that sounds like some stuff I'm not good at. So if we just say I'm good at stuff, then it sounds like I'm good at everything.
You are perfect.
Relatively.
Some would say you're God.
So let's see. So I do card magic. I do music. Damn, I'm happy I went second. This would have been hard to follow up.
No, bro, I'd have just still talked about Call of Duty.
Call of Duty, they would have been like, God damn, this dude is
Optic
good.
Texas, ranked number 1. Let's go.
So let's see. A new thing that I just recently started doing is I am not afraid to admit it. I wouldn't go as far as to say I'm a Disney adult, but I
whole Disney princess, bro.
absolutely
Say it with your
love
chest.
Disney. I might as
Yeah.
well be a Disney princess.
Boy
at this
is a
point.
Disney
I
princess.
love Disney.
You were not even that stoked on going. You were like, I'm going for my kids. This man came back talking about, hey, yo, bro, that shit'll
Hey.
bring a tear to your eye. And I mean, he's not wrong. I've seen so many people say the same
In
thing.
my defense, the first time I went, it hurt to walk.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, I got thrown out of a vehicle into Disney World.
Okay.
Like that's how fast.
That's
like
where his ass
literally, like
landed.
that's how fast it was. I
Damn,
got my
imagine
wreck.
Flying from Sherwood to Disney out of a car, not even in a plane. That's
Dude,
just in the
but
air.
like I got my wreck in October and I was at Disney at the end of January.
Yeah.
Like I had no business being there. But guess what? I'm sold.
This shit's crazy.
But with all that being said, is I loved it so much that I was like, yo, man, I kind of want to do this. So now I am also a Disney travel agent. Well, I can't say Disney travel
Dang, you
agent.
be booking stuff?
I'll get in trouble for that. I don't work for Disney. I am a travel agent specializing in Disney trips.
You got to say it right.
If you say it wrong, dude, Disney will shut this shit down
The wording.
fast.
The wording
dude.
is important to
Bro,
everything.
they will shut it down fast. So like I do that. I started doing travel agent stuff. So I book for cruises, Disney, Universal, working with a couple of different resorts. Hit me up if that's something you would like to do. I'm trying to think. What's that? What's my page? Oh, it's on Instagram. It's called Explore Returns. So if you have questions about Disney, then hit me up. Again, this podcast has nothing to do with Disney.
We might do an episode on Disney or
I
something.
might. I'm going to Disney in March.
Dude, you should try and
I should just bring all my equipment and we're just going to do one in the middle of the castle.
Yeah, with Mickey.
So you're going to come, right?
I'm going to come.
All right. Jay, what's your credit card? I got you.
Shit.
Just cash at me. Let's see. So, man, really what led me to barbering is trying to think. I don't think there's any other hobbies that I have. If I think of any, I'll come back to them. But man, other than that, I guess the big thing for me is like, as a barber, like what led me here and things like that is, man, I had done a multitude of jobs, and I hated a multitude of jobs. And I've done jobs that made me a lot of money. I've done jobs where I made no money. And the overall feeling of it was just like, throughout the entire process is that like, man, I kind of hate this. Like there's an empty thing where I was just like, okay, cool. I want to do something different. And I love going to the barbershop. And I always was like, man, I want to do something that makes me as happy as the dudes working in this barbershop. And I was like, why not become a barber? Mm-hmm. And I asked some people like, hey, what do you think of this? And some people were like, that's the worst decision you could ever make. And then there were some people who were like, just do it. Just do it. And so I went to barber school and I absolutely love my job now. Like I could not imagine doing anything else.
Yeah. I didn't say what led me to barbering earlier because I knew that you were kind of going to be able to put it into slightly better words because to be truthful,
I know lots of words. The best words.
the best words.
The best words.
What led me to barber? I mean, I wanted to get into hair from a very, very young age, but like when I
that's
was
just because like you had a sensory thing where you just like hair.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I remember we were in Texas visiting my grandma's sister, so my whatever the hell that is. And I remember going to a salon in a mall in Texas, and the dude cutting my hair was like covered in tattoos. He had super sick like black and green hair. It just like almost looked like a rock star to me. And at that time, I was like, man, I ain't never seen nobody else other than like a tattoo artist that like can look like that.
Okay.
And like just act the way that they were.
Like just be a straight up degenerate.
Yeah, and that even when I was 7, I was like, well, I want to be a degenerate.
I want to do this.
Yeah, but like seeing all my friends, like there's really like most of the people that I consider close friends now are my coworkers, and you've been cutting my hair for a long time. I was talking to you the whole time, like, hey, I kind of want to do this, and then yeah, you kept telling me to do it. But you look online, like you look up how much does a barber make, and like what it tells you online is like an hourly rate, which most barbers aren't paid hourly. We're paid by the haircut, whatever, and stuff like that.
I feel like there's a lot of things that like try to deter you. Like
yes, it's
like
a deterrent, dude.
Like going to barber school, they're like, oh, it's gonna be hard to find a job. And
everybody, dude. Even whenever you tell barbers you're going to barber school, and I do this to people now, I'm like, hey, bro, don't do that. That shit is terrible.
Oh, I tell them, I tell them to do
it.
it. Like, dude, anytime I've had somebody go, I'm thinking about becoming a barber, I'm like, do it.
You know,
go do it. Sign up now.
Just like, I don't want to say the freedom, but like really the freedom. You're your own boss. You don't have an HR department. If you don't own your own barbershop, sure, you have to answer to somebody, but you're still not like, you're not in a suit and tie adhering to like 20 to 30 different rules and having to like actually sign stuff. You're cutting hair. It's just, it's tight. Best job ever.
I think it's like a career field that kind of like teaches you a lot about yourself too, because you have to be self-sufficient. You have to find ways. Because that's the thing is like being your own boss is tight. Being your own boss is tight. it
Comes
can have
with a
like
lot of responsibility.
a ton of downfalls.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was like a big thing too, is that like I wanted to do this, but I wasn't like a kid that was like, I want to do this. Like I literally like thought I want to be a barber, and 6 months later I was in barber school. Like this wasn't like a dying heart thing. It's like, but I left a really good job, and my whole life was like, all right, cool. Money had always been the problems growing up. So if I get a job that makes a lot of money, I won't have problems. And it works like that for like the first year, the first 6 months, because you're able to buy stuff, eat stuff, do whatever you want. And then after that, you're like, oh, that void I had wasn't filled.
Yeah.
And so for me, like, it was like a journey of like trying to figure out what I wanted to do and ultimately just becoming the best version of myself. I love it. I recommend it to everybody. The more barbers, the merrier. Everyone's like, oh, no, don't do it. But it's like, dude, the more people you have doing a career, the more people it brings in for that career.
The only reason barbers say don't go to barber school is because we all fucking hated barber school. It was not fun. But at the same time, like you can make it fun. Man, that dude is so terrible.
I know, but it was like, I'll say this, like, I don't remember most of it. Like, I literally went to barber school from like 8:30 to 5:30, and from 6 o'clock to 2 in the morning, I waited tables.
Yeah,
and I did that every day for like 8 years.
I just went to school full time. That's
and
what I did.
And I drove from Benton to Conway.
I was driving from Sheridan to Conway.
Nobody cares about that.
That shit
We're talking
sucked.
about talking about me,
bro. Ugh.
We're talking about me. If we want to talk about
you have to go to barber school. Like,
if
you want to be a barber, don't do none of that. I'm not gonna get licensed stuff. Like, bro, just do it. If you want to do it, do it. What a great thing that you convinced me to actually do. Holy hell.
But the thing, like I said, we were talking about me, and you took it. Now you're talking about you.
I'm done
If
now.
we want to talk about you, how did mopping go today?
Bro, all right. So Mondays, I try to get here early. I didn't get here early today because I overslept a little bit, but I wasn't late. But I normally come in. I try to sweep, mop, dust, do normal clean stuff because it's Monday. It's just normally me.
Do you have like a rate for the house? Like, will you go to somebody's house for a rate?
Everybody got a price. Everybody got a price. But man, I took the mop bucket back to the sink. I got the water warming up because I don't know why. My brain's just like, bro, mop with that warm water. I don't know why. It's gonna help clean it better. So I pulled the hose out. I started filling the bucket, and I guess I zoned out. And about 20 seconds later, I'm like, man, my foot kind of feel warm. I looked down. I was like, dude, there's a puddle on the floor. I've been watering my foot not the whole time, but for at least a solid 20 seconds, dude. I looked up, I was like, man, guess what I just did?
But you do have a very good water wicking shoe, right?
Dude, yeah, this thing is like such a good water wicking shoe.
No, you got a water absorbent shoe.
Yeah, isn't that?
No, water wicking is like, I think that's whenever like the water splashes off. Like water resistant.
No, I ain't got no water resistant shoe.
I want to
be absorbing water, bro. Listen, my sock is still wet right now, and I've been uncomfortable. I have sensory issues. I've been uncomfortable for like 3 hours, but it's okay. We're powering through it. This is called masking, everybody.
Oh fuck, I'm dumb. That I was completely wrong.
Is it the opposite?
No, like water wicking is a method of watering plants that uses a wick to transport water from the reservoir to the plant's roots. So you technically did wick the shampoo sink to your sock.
I swear to God, I did.
But I meant to say water resistant. So
yeah,
like,
I ain't got no water resistant shoes.
No, you're wearing shoes made out of clothes.
Yeah, I ain't got my boots on today. It ain't cold enough for that. I should have worn them. Bro, I still can't believe I did
Straight
that.
up wearing clothes shoes. Like,
It was warm at first. Now it's like soggy and wet. And I guess soggy and wet is something. It's soggy and cold. Ugh. My foot's going to be wrinkly, dude.
it's a good feeling, man.
It's such a bad feeling. I hate it so much.
Dude, you know what I hate?
What do you hate?
Man, I'm sure this has happened to you. It happens to me. Not as much now because I, again, kind of choose my clientele. But every once in a while you cut a new client. And when a client comes in with a sticky note, with rules on how to get their haircut. And like, this sounds like I'm making this up. This sounds like I'm like, what do you mean? These are grown adults.
And who wrote the sticky note, though? Like, why you got to continue?
But like, they'll come in and be like, hey, what can I do for you today? Cape them up. We're doing the whole spiel. I'm like talking to them, trying to get to know them. Hey, have you been here before? If you haven't, thank you for coming in. If you have, thanks for coming back. Just the whole thing. Like, truly, because we do appreciate our clients.
1,000%. We're nothing without
But through this process, I'm like, hey, what do you want to do today? And they're like, hold on. open up a sticky note, and I'm like, one, there's 5 words on there.
Can't remember 5
You can't
words,
remember
brother.
5 words?
God dang.
2, who has sticky notes anymore? Like, you literally have a phone.
It's got
like,
a notes
There's
section
notes in there,
on
and they're not
all
even
phones
sticky.
now.
They're not even sticky. You don't have to stick them or nothing. They're just there. They're on the cloud.
I got a virtual note, bro.
You could have left your phone at your house, and I could have let you log onto my iPad, and we could have pulled your notes up from the cloud.
The same thing.
But 3, who wrote the note? Oh, my wife told me how we like my haircut.
We?
What do you mean your wife told you how we like your haircut? You're a grown-ass adult.
Grown ass man.
Dude, how old are you? You're 40 years old, and you're coming in with a note that says, hey, we like a 3 on the sides, not too short, blocked neck, but tapered, and that doesn't make sense.
That one made no sense.
And we like it long enough on top to do something, but not too much. And I'm just like,
The instructions themselves are bad.
the instructions are like if you were to look up every haircut and put a synopsis of all of them, just like, hey, this is how I'm going to describe every haircut right now. But dude, your wife wrote this? You don't have a wife. You have a boss.
You got a boss.
You have a boss. Your
She's
boss told you
writing
how.
a check.
Bro, your boss told you how to cut your hair.
This man went to the HR department to get it notarized. They could get a 3 on the sides and back with a block tapered neck.
Dude went to the HR department.
Boy, that don't make no sense, man. The HR department, bro. Man, moms and wives, because it's like almost the same thing with kids. If the mom is not present when the kid is getting a haircut, you already almost know 50% of the time that kid is gonna come back. And not come back because they love the haircut so much. Come back without the dad, with the mom.
Dude,
Mom
the
telling you
dads don't give a shit.
Yeah.
It's like,
that looks great,
hey,
bro.
mom told me to bring him in to get a haircut, and like you cape him up, and you're like, hey, dad, come here real fast, and you just want to talk about what we're doing, and he's like, yeah, that looks great.
Yeah,
Like, dude, I ain't even started yet.
I swear. Give me 40.
Just pay me my rent.
money, bud.
Get the hell out of here, because I already know
Dude.
your wife's gonna come back. I already know
Dude.
she's gonna come back, and
Yeah,
she's gonna come
always,
back
dude.
like fine too. She's gonna be like, hey, I saw this picture on Pinterest.
Yes.
And it's gonna be like this like curly headed dude with like a burst fade. And this kid Braxton has blonde hair.
Straight as a board.
Straight as a board. Dude, like I couldn't make it look different. And it's gonna show everything. And she's just like, Braxton really loves this haircut.
The
I'm
amount
like,
of times that people show us pictures of haircuts that will not work on them, and then we can, bro. I've gotten better at like not convincing people, but being like, hey, I know that's what you say you want, but this is actually how it's gonna look. That's not gonna work, and people listening and understanding you, but I don't get it.
Yo,
You are white, and you just showed me a picture of a mixed dude with curly hair, and your hair is straight. Like, I cannot make you almost look like that.
I've literally seen a kid with blonde hair come in and be like, hey, can you cut my hair like Curry?
Yes, like Steph Curry. We've been asked that. Or like, Patrick Mahomes. Like, no, kid, I am sorry, Tyler. I
can make
cannot
you
cut
look
your
like,
hair like that.
I can make you look like Travis Kelce. The new haircut, not the old one. The
Yeah.
old one was fire.
We can make you look like Travis Kelce.
The old one was fire. I'm just saying that, like, when he had a black girlfriend, he had a phenomenal haircut. And here's the thing. I like Taylor Swift. My daughters are Swifties, so I've learned to grow to it. But bro, he has a really bad haircut now, and he gets a haircut by a very, very good
Patty,
barber.
bro. Patty cuts his hair. Like,
I'm just saying.
Patty is raw with it, and he is fucking my man up. Patty, if you're listening, bro, tell that man to do something else, man. That is not okay. You got your own trimmer line, you got your own clipper line, and you out here doing that.
Oh, 100%.
Crazy. It's a good haircut. Like, Patty's doing a good job, but holy shit, that haircut sucks.
Dude, but kind of back to the whole moms thing, dude. Another thing that kind of like bothers me is when I'm cutting your little kid's hair, Sammy, whatever his name is. I don't know. I didn't even pay attention. I don't even like kids. Like, you can tell me what his name is, and like if it's booked under Tasha.
I'm
guess
gonna call her Tasha.
Hey Tasha, you're good. That's my mom. I don't care, Tasha.
That's your name now.
That's your name. It's booked under this, and until you're old enough to be 9 or older, you're Tasha.
Yep, exactly.
So, but they'll be like standing over you. You're cutting the hair. The kid's just, and it's just like, if you just go sit down, this will go a lot easier.
Right.
And the mom's like, no, he can't sit by himself. He needs me over here. That bothers me in and itself.
Mm-hmm.
But when I pull my trimmers out and I start lining a kid, and it's like, they tickle, don't they? I'm like, shut up. Don't tell you.
You're insinuating that they should move.
You're telling your kid that this tickles. I could cut your kid's head off with these.
Right.
Like, these are sharp. This is a moving blade. If this is overgapped, if this is like, and he's moving, like, I'm cutting your kid.
Yeah, he's getting
a stitch.
stretched up, boy.
He's gonna get messed up.
Man.
Some hypotheticals on that clavicle. Like, it's gonna be bad. And like, dude, I don't know why that bothers me so much.
I mean, because like, yeah, when you tell a kid that something tickles, you're basically telling them that it's okay to move. And at that moment in time, I'm lining you up with some crisp trimmers, bro. You can fix it though. You can fix it. I've seen it once. I've seen you giving the kid a hard part, and this little kid, I don't remember how he moved, but he did a little thing.
He just moved the way kids move.
And you gapped him, but then
how big? Would you say it was like a little gap, or I mean, it was probably like thumbs away.
I mean, it was decent size. It was a little decent.
I mean, I messed it up.
I would have been like, "Oh, Dad, hey, bro, you want to take him somewhere else? I don't know how to fix that." But Chase, I looked over 10 minutes later, and I'm like, "He's not even gapped. What are you talking about? You messed him up." Yeah, that's crazy.
I didn't use anything. I just cut the hair.
Yeah,
I've gotten to that level where I can add hair now.
like parents don't understand.
I figured it out how to add hair.
Like
that's why I have a beautiful head of hair. Because
I've
learned,
a beautiful head of
bro,
hair.
I look like.
Did you do that to my beard?
I look like Pigpen.
You
I'm
can
Charlie Brown.
Can you help me grow some more? I got taken down a little bit.
I look like I have ants crawling on my head.
It's
I should have
soft,
shaved
though.
my head.
It's soft.
Well, my kids are like, it feels like a puppy.
They do.
And then I'm like, I'm gonna shave it. And they're like, no, we don't have a dog. That's the only thing we have is petting your head.
You don't even need a dog anymore because you just take your hat off and just lay there. I can go to sleep petting your head. I ain't gonna lie.
It's a soft head. Man, is there anything that you can think of? I mean, if not, I mean, I'm not forcing you to say anything that you just cannot stand. I can think of one other one, but like, I'm not trying to do all the talking.
I mean, really, like asking for a different type of haircut than your head shape or hair texture or whatever is like calls for, that really grinds my gears, honestly. I don't like it whenever a client, this has only happened to me one time, it just came up in my head, but when that one dude asked me to like shut up basically and focus on the haircut, but he was like 10 minutes late.
Boy, and you know how nervous you are about just talking.
I'm saying,
bro, you said one word, like you're like, all right, I'm gonna kick anxiety's ass today. I'm gonna say a word, and you said a word, and he was like, "Will you shut up and cut my hair?"
Let it be known, I don't cut that guy's hair no more. You're rude to me, I will tell you to go somewhere else. I do not care. That was uncalled for from him.
I don't disagree with him.
Yeah, I should have shut up. Not really that I can think of.
Dude, one that I think is like universal. Would you like for me to share?
Yeah,
or do you want
I might agree with it. I probably do.
When people just stand on the footrest.
Oh no, that's just a barber thing. Why are you,
dude? What? Like, here's the thing. I understand barbers are going to listen to this. I understand people that are not barbers are going to listen to this. I think this is applicable to anybody that walks into a barbershop. Do not stand on the footrest.
Don't do it. We even have a sign, and you can't see it over here. We'll probably post a picture of it someday, but it says "Don't stand on the footrest." I can read it from here. Like, it is so legible, and people will just come in and just stand on the footrest and put all their weight on it, and then and it's like, dude, we've had to replace a chair one time.
I've seen people like snap footrests.
Yeah,
and here's the thing: like,
they're not cheap chairs.
They're not cheap chairs, and we have the cheap version of chairs. Like, we have the repops of expensive chairs, and they are still expensive. So it's like, if you want to break a footrest, guess what? You can. It's going to cost you $1,300.
The same person going to complain about us going up in price every 2 years.
I got to go up in price because you keep breaking chairs.
My shit.
You keep breaking chairs, so I got to keep going up. Dude, it makes me something. Literally this morning, I was cutting a client. I was cutting his son. And he sat on the footrest like a chair. Like, so like the kids here.
This morning?
Yeah.
Okay,
you hadn't come in yet.
Had I not?
He might have done it when you were in here. I asked him to
The same
stop.
little kid?
But like, he's sitting, and then the dad turns around and just plumps. Dude, the kid almost fucking like catapulted out of the chair.
Oh, that was before I got here. You saying the dad?
Dude, like this kid, like he sat, and I swear that kid was about to shoot out of the chair.
That's crazy. I don't know why a grown ass man would think that's okay.
I have no
Doesn't
idea.
make sense.
It made zero sense to me. That bothers me though. Don't do it. That's like a fast way for people to be like, hey, don't come back to the barbershop.
If you are a mom or a dad or a grandparent and you are bringing your child or teenager in to get a haircut and you want it a certain way, boy, don't come in when there's 5 minutes left in the haircut and start asking all these questions. I get it. You're paying for it. But, bro, you could have come in with the kid. It's like we have some kids, they'll be like 10 years old. And they'll just come in by themselves. We'll just find the parents outside. But they'll get a haircut. I can't ask the parent if it's okay. I'm not about to just walk all I asked the kid. Kid's like, yeah, this looks great. Walks outside. 15 minutes later, hey, mom says, can you take a mom to come in here so I can communicate with her? That is very frustrating.
Yeah, no, I don't hate it. Like, hey, if you want to do that, do it. All you gotta do is go online to dogtownbarberlounge.com and book another appointment,
bro.
and then I'll do whatever you want. Like, that's my thing. Is that like we are timed. We are timed on what we're doing.
We try to respect everybody else's time, so please, for the love of God, respect ours.
Oh yeah, like it is like I said. There's a lot of pet peeves.
We don't show up late. We are two people that are actually never late. Sometimes we might be running behind on a client, but no more than like 5 minutes because of how much we try to respect everybody else's time.
No, straight up. Like I am an extremely punctual person. Like I mean, like I am sometimes to the minute, to where like if I tell you your appointment's at 11:30, you might look at my chair and be like, damn, he's in the middle of a haircut at 11:28. Guess what? 11:30, I'm ready for you.
Yeah.
They'll be taking no phone calls. I don't care. I don't care if it's your wife telling you how to cut your hair. How we like your haircut. Hey, don't forget to tell them how we like your haircut. You forgot your sticky note.
That's so
Do you want me to send you a picture of your sticky notes?
A picture of your sticky note. Oh man.
Here are all my Pinterest. Here are all my
That's
Pinterest
funny.
pictures of Chris Hemsworth with his haircut. Show them how you want your haircut.
Chris Hemsworth with the haircut. I had somebody show me a picture of Chris Hemsworth, and they asked me what product I thought that Chris Hemsworth was using in his hair. I looked down at the picture, tipped my head to the side, kind of like a dog. I was like, he on a treadmill, my dude. He's running. You can see the beads of sweat dripping off of his nose and his brow. That is 100% organic, all natural Australian sweat, my dude. That's testosterone in his hair. I would sell that. I'm sorry, I ain't got that.
I don't have that product.
I know where you can get some testosterone.
And you're thinning. So I was like, I can't do that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's always the dudes that have like thinning hair that want the Chris Hemsworth haircut. And Chris Hemsworth is not thinning. Dude has a full head of hair.
And it's never a good haircut. It's that haircut from Thor Ragnarok,
where his hair is intentionally fucked up.
They literally had like a cyborg android cut his hair, and there's scrapes and cuts all over his head. And they're like, "This is the haircut I want. Yeah. I want the haircut where they purposely messed it up."
I don't understand that. And it's like, dude, those are. Even, yes, did it look decent on Chris Hemsworth? In the movie.
Well, Chris Hemsworth is Chris Hemsworth.
He's fucking attractive.
Dude, you could make him look like anything, and you're going to be like, okay, yeah, I get it.
But also, they're styling whatever is there every freaking take, bro.
Liam was kind of attractive, too.
Somewhat?
Liam Hemsworth?
Liam's, yes, the Hemsworths are attractive.
Is there a third one?
Chris, Liam.
There is a third one. I hear there's a third one. He must not be attractive, because I don't ever hear about him.
No, there is. Oh, man, I'm about to have to look it up. I know there is. Hemsworth brother.
Luke's Hemsworth.
Is he like the youngest one or something?
He's attractive too.
I'm saying, bro.
He kind of looks like a mix of both of them.
He kind of looked like
I think
if Chris Hemsworth and Matt Damon had a baby together.
You kind of look like Matt Damon.
I kind of look like Luke Hemsworth.
You look like you got a new person. Dude, it's crazy how many white people can look like until you're bald, and then you got Bill Burr
and Mr. Clean.
Mr. Clean. What's his name? Smashing Pumpkins. Billy Corgan.
Billy Corgan.
Yeah, Billy Corgan. So I got like 3 people or Sloth. Dude, what the hell?
Yeah, I be getting different stuff.
Dude, but here's the thing. You have several people, and they're all like, oh, that's a good looking person.
Yeah.
Like, how am I supposed to feel when you're like, oh, you look like Bill Burr? It's like, you think Bill Burr's attractive?
No. Ain't no compliment.
Oh, then I'm ugly? Well, I didn't mean it like that.
If you had a goatee, you would look like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I
And
would.
he stomps a mud hole in people.
But I would also look racist because I'm
You would
bald,
also look racist.
and I don't want that. I don't want that.
Yeah,
I'm not. Here's the thing.
You got it.
I'm not saying all people with goatees are racist, but I will
know
say
some. That is, for
no.
sure.
Listen, but I will say all racist dudes have goatees. Not all dudes with goatees are racist, but all racist dudes have goatees.
Elon Musk is not going to go to.
I'm just saying he would if he could.
He's tweeted racist things, so I can say that.
I think he would if he could. But man, I really. What are you expecting from this podcast? Like, what do you want out of this?
What do I want out of the podcast?
Like, I just hit you with that. You didn't know. I want to see how
See
you come off the. Dome.
I would genuinely just like to build more connections with people, allow other people to build better and easier connections. Almost everything we said in the beginning, like just bring the vibe of our barbershop and who we are as people to others in a different media than what they were able to get it before, while also being educational and connecting people together. Because community is so important, dude. So many people overlook how important community is nowadays. They start trying to segregate people into like different communities and give them a bunch of labels when we're all still a part of the same community. Everybody in the Argenta Arts District, we're all a part of the Argenta Arts District. Little Rock, Central Arkansas, it goes.
And even then, like all these places are a part of Arkansas. So you can say like, oh yeah, there's different communities, but I mean, it's a ton of communities that make one big community.
Exactly.
And I get it. There's a lot of not so great things about Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
And I think for me, it's like showcasing the things that are great.
Exactly.
Because it's very easy to overlook like the negative things.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's easy to overlook the good things because of all the negative stuff that's going on. Arkansas isn't always in the limelight for the greatest reasons, but I think that there's phenomenal people that live in the state that want the most from their community. They want to empower and enrich it to its greatest ability. And I think that's really what I'm trying to do is I want to connect our viewers and listeners with the people that are literally building the community. We can talk about all these big box stores and all these things. Those things don't benefit what's going on. I think, and
they
again,
might benefit the local economy in like some sort as far as like money circulation, but outside of that,
I can be checked on this. I don't know. I heard this. I think I looked it up at one point, but I want to say that like when you spend money at like a big box store, like 30 cents of that dollar gets put back into the community.
Or if it's a small business, it's
like 70 cents.
Yeah.
So whenever you spend money at a local business, you're talking like 70 cents of that is coming back into the community. So those are the people that are literally making the community better.
No, for sure.
And so I think that's what I want to do is I want to find a way to connect the people that are making Arkansas great and connect them to people that might not know. Because you might not know, hey, your new favorite restaurant's down the road, your new favorite coffee shop's down the road. That tattoo that you want, hey, we got a dude that can do it. And I think that's the big thing there is that I want to be able to connect people with that. But on the other side is I also want to be able to connect people with like nonprofits that operate within the state. And there's several that I'm talking to that we're going to bring on. And I want people to come on and talk about what they do for the community. I want them to be able to tell people misunderstandings that they might have around certain stigmas within the community. And so I think it's great for us to be able to, one, provide people where they can spend their money for food, where they can spend it for art, where they can spend it for shops. But also like, hey, if you want to help people, there's ways to do that as well. I think that a lot of people just don't realize how much is out there.
A lot of times, like, it's like I said, our barbershop's a community, our Argenta's a community, North Little Rock, it's forever expanding until you hit the world, and then I guess you can go even deeper into that, Neil deGrasse Tyson shit, Galaxy and all that. But the community, man, like we just need to actually like we're trying to enrich it, and
I think we're doing it the best that we can.
Yeah,
I don't have all the answers. I don't know everything. Why don't we bring some people in that have more answers than me? Why don't we have people that can help people get to where they're trying to go in life? And so, I mean, I guess with that, the biggest thing going forward is that this is what me and Josh want to bring to the table. This is what we want to provide everybody, you guys. We want to provide you with this information. But the question is what do you want to see? What kind of content do you guys want to see? Is there a certain profession that you want to know about that maybe through the barbershop we're able to connect these? Are there certain barbershop questions that you have? Are there certain questions you have for professionals, entrepreneurs? Do you want to know about clothing?
Yep, certain types of creators.
And so that's really the biggest thing that we need to know, because without that, we are kind of just here. We're just here talking.
Right. We've already got a lot of like great community people lined up that have said that they're down to do it. But if people don't want to hear from them, we need to know they don't want to hear from them. We need to know who they want to hear from.
And then I guess another thing is like, what kind of content do you guys want to see? Do you want to see just us sitting at the table, or do you want to see integration of the community? Do you want to see integration of what we do in the barbershop? Do you want to know more than what we're doing at the table? And if so, what type of stuff do you want to see? I think that realistically, like, we're still new at this. We're figuring this out. This is kind of a journey that we're all taking together. This wasn't like one of those things where it's like, hey, let me get some equipment and we're going to take months to figure it out and we're going to coordinate guests and we're going to do all this. It was like,
we've had this for a week.
We have the stuff. Do y'all want to do it? And so we just really need to know what you guys are expecting and what you guys want out of this.
Yep, for sure.
And then
community input.
I guess last is just what kind of questions do you guys maybe have for us, for Josh, for me, for any of the other barbers that work here? If you know about Dogtown, again, those people will be introduced on here over time as that need is met. But what kind of questions do you maybe have for some of the people we're bringing on? One question doesn't have to be applicable for just one person.
Mm-hmm.
One question can work across the board. So like in terms of like entrepreneurs, is there a question that you have that I can now ask every single person that comes on?
Mm-hmm.
Because I can ask the same 5 questions to every guest and we're going to get 5 different answers every time.
Yep.
And so realistically, what do you guys want? That's what we need to know so that we can provide the best experience, the best content for you guys.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Anything you want to add?
I'm just super excited. I feel like we're going to be able to actually not just have a good time, not just bring entertainment to our listeners. We're also going to be able to help people. Because like building connections is one of the, it's a key to life, honestly. A lot of time, without a lot of the connections that I had, I would not be where I am today. I would not have known a lot of the steps I needed to take to get to where I am today. So those things are very crucial. Not everybody has somebody in their corner to actually give them advice and help them.
Dude, without a doubt.
This is going to be able to not only entertain people, but help people.
Like, let us be that person in your corner.
Right, for sure.
If you're on this team, everybody that comes on, you're on that team.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
I mean, that's the whole point. And I mean, this is our first episode. Again, I think that this is only going to get better as we go. There's still a bunch of nerves. It's weird. You're just talking to each other. And at the end of the day, it's like, I don't think I'm more important than anything else going on right now. I know there's a lot of crazy stuff going on right now. But for me, if I can provide just a moment of peace, a moment to just relax, a moment to just say, hey, it's all right now.
Mm-hmm.
We'll worry about tomorrow. And so I know that this is going to get better over time. And we're going to get more comfortable. We'll be able to look at the camera longer or not look at it based on what we're doing. And the people we bring on, like I said, I have a list of people that I'm very, very excited to bring on. Some that are friends, some that are people I don't know, and I'm excited to get to know them.
We've got a couple, we literally barely know them. We just know that they're good people and they own good businesses or run good companies, whatever the case may be.
Exactly.
It's not always going to be entrepreneurs. A lot of times, like we said, creatives. If you guys have anybody in particular that you know in the area that is not a well spotlit person that you feel like deserves a better spotlight, hit us up. Let us know if we like what they got going on, if we like who they are as people. No, so we might have them on. We're always open for suggestions. That's what this is about. The community.
If you have a business, like if you watch and have a business and you want to come on here, come on here. Like, just all you have to do is hit us up. We will make it happen. Like,
exactly.
Again, this is a experiment. This is us growing over time. Let's grow together.
Exactly.
Like, this isn't just for me and you. This is for us to spotlight the people that need that spotlight.
Yeah.
And so, realistically, I don't have anything else today.
Nope.
And this is, I don't even know how you end a podcast. How do you end a podcast?
Hey, yo, this is episode 1 of the Not Your Granddad's Barbershop. We appreciate you guys for tuning in.
Oh, I thought of something.
Damn.
You almost had it. Make sure to follow us on Instagram. Instagram, Not Your Granddad's BS. Barbershop was too long.
We ain't on that bullshit.
Follow us on TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok?
Yeah, I made it. You can't get it because you don't have the app downloaded.
Oh,
You're
I can
done.
follow it. Yeah, I never mess with TikTok. It's okay.
TikTok is also Not Your Granddad BS. I don't have a Facebook page yet. I don't. That's some boomer shit. So I mean, I don't have one. I'll make one if people want
YouTube
it.
yet?
We'll make a YouTube. I think that'll just be Not Your Granddad's Barbershop because I think it takes on the name of the email. If you have any questions, hit us up on any of those. Message us, any of that. You can email us, notyourgranddadbarbershop@gmail.com. And now, I think that's it. Now you can end the Barbershop podcast.
Hey, yo, thank you guys for tuning in. This was our first episode.
Oh, shit. I just remembered something else.
Let's get it.
I'm messing with you. Keep going.
This is our first episode. We had a great time. We hope you guys enjoyed listening. Check us out next time. Peace.